The unsettling disappearance of a young child in Tennessee ignited a trial that gripped the nation. It all began with a concerned relative, Tommy Boswell Sr., who contacted Child Protective Services. His young granddaughter, Evelyn, had not been seen for months, not since the Thanksgiving gathering at his place. Despite his repeated inquiries to Evelyn's mother, 18-year-old Megan Boswell, he received only vague and contradictory explanations about the toddler's whereabouts. Initially, Megan suggested Evelyn was with her father, Ethan Perry, a member of the armed forces, despite their broken relationship. However, Mr. Boswell found this hard to believe. In court testimony, he recounted Megan's evasiveness, her inability to provide a clear answer about Evelyn's location or who was caring for her. Even in the limited interactions after the holiday season, every time he asked about Evelyn, Megan offered a different story, a sequence of untruths. Her initial explanation involved a friend's mother looking after Evelyn, followed by the claim that Ethan had her and refused to return her. Boswell even proposed seeking legal counsel to arrange visitation, emphasizing that Ethan wouldn't be taking her permanently. Megan's responses were consistently delaying, requesting a day or two. Boswell's call to the authorities triggered a significant response. This single act propelled law enforcement into a convoluted case characterized by deceit, misdirection, and ultimately tragedy. This initial report set in motion a widespread investigation into the fate of young Evelyn. To grasp the complexities of the situation, understanding the central figures is crucial. Tommy Boswell Sr. and Angela Boswell had a long marriage before their divorce. Angela gave birth to their son at a young age, and their daughter Megan arrived 8 years later. By early 2020, Mr. Boswell resided on a sizable property with 2 homes. Megan, also known as Maggie, had spent much of her life with her paternal grandparents due to her parents' struggles. Issues at home eventually led to Megan entering foster care after her mother's neglect regarding schooling. While in the system, Megan became a mother to Evelyn in late 2018. After a few months, Mr. Boswell took both Megan and Evelyn in, providing financial support, including a significant car purchase. However, tensions arose, leading him to ask Megan to leave after repeated refusals to maintain her living space. He arranged for her to stay in a trailer, but by the end of 2019, she had moved in with a new boyfriend, Hunter Wood. In the subsequent period, Mr. Boswell's contact with Megan and Evelyn became infrequent. Finally, his frustration with Megan's avoidance regarding Evelyn's whereabouts compelled him to contact Child Protective Services, highlighting that despite having full custody, Megan had not reported her daughter missing for reasons that remained unclear. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation quickly joined the local police in the search efforts. A statewide alert for the missing child generated numerous tips, yet despite extensive searching, Evelyn remained unfound. Simultaneously, investigators sought answers from Megan. Megan recounted moving into her own place with Evelyn around October. She described a trip to Texas with Evelyn to visit Ethan, suggesting it was their first real meeting. They returned, and Megan stated she had Evelyn until she moved in with Hunter towards the end of December. Before that, she had been staying in the trailer at her father's property until around Christmas. Megan claimed that on Christmas morning, after a trip, Ethan picked Evelyn up, stating they took her to his grandparents' house. She explained that Ethan had been expressing a desire to be involved in Evelyn's life, and she wanted to give him a chance, intending to get her back. Megan stated she stayed for a short time when they dropped Evelyn off. However, the inconsistencies in Megan's narrative began to surface. She claimed Evelyn couldn't remember anything from the Texas trip. Investigators pressed Megan on the details of leaving Evelyn with Ethan, who had previously been absent from her life. Megan asserted she trusted him because he was Evelyn's father. Despite her attempts to portray a smooth handover, investigators voiced their skepticism, sensing a significant omission in her account. They directly accused her of not being truthful. Megan then described Ethan's behavior after Christmas, stating he contacted her the next day but then became unresponsive. She claimed he became angry and threatened her around New Year's. When she went to the agreed-upon pickup location, Evelyn wasn't there. Investigators struggled to reconcile her lack of immediate concern and failure to notify authorities despite not knowing Evelyn's whereabouts. Megan explained that Ethan said he was taking Evelyn to a friend's house, whose name she didn't know. Investigators pointed out the increasing number of benefits of the doubt given to Ethan in her story, urging her to be honest. Megan eventually stated that Ethan was upset about Evelyn being around Hunter and had stopped communicating around New Year's after threatening her. She claimed to have tried contacting him multiple times from Hunter's phone without success. When asked why she hadn't reported Evelyn missing, Megan stated she was going to meet Ethan the following day to get her back, as he had supposedly agreed to return her after about 2 months. Her lack of a concrete plan and verification of this arrangement further fueled suspicion. When directly asked about Evelyn's current location, Megan claimed she had no idea and had assumed she was with Ethan. Investigators expressed their disbelief at her seemingly unfazed demeanor, suggesting she knew more than she was revealing. Confronted directly about any involvement in Evelyn's disappearance, Megan acknowledged dropping her off with Ethan, but denied any further involvement. Despite her claims, law enforcement remained unconvinced. Megan's shifting stories only heightened their suspicion. However, lacking concrete evidence, they were compelled to release her. Instead of remaining out of the public eye, Megan appeared on television, shifting her persona from an evasive suspect to a worried mother, pleading for Evelyn's safe return. She expressed her love and longing for her daughter, describing her as a happy baby. Megan asserted she knew who had Evelyn and hadn't initially reported it to prevent them from fleeing. She claimed that as soon as they suspected something was amiss, they vanished. Boswell stated that this unnamed person was watching Evelyn while she was at work and urged them to bring her home. She admitted to regretting not reporting it sooner, fearing they would run, which she claimed they had done. While Megan was on television, Sheriff Jeff Cassidy held a press conference, highlighting the conflicting reports regarding Evelyn's last sighting, with dates ranging from late December to early December based on a babysitter's account. He dismissed Megan's statements due to their inconsistencies. Investigators confirmed that Ethan Perry was stationed out of state with the Army and had no involvement in Evelyn's daily care, ruling him out as a person of interest after extensive questioning. Meanwhile, authorities issued an alert for a silver BMW believed to be connected to the case, suspecting the occupants might possess information about Evelyn. The vehicle was later located in North Carolina with Megan's mother, Angela Boswell, and her boyfriend, William McLeod, inside. They were arrested on outstanding warrants related to the stolen vehicle but provided no useful information about Evelyn, and investigators found no direct link between them and the missing child at that time. Just days later, the situation became even more convoluted. Megan's initial claim of Ethan refusing to return Evelyn was followed by her statement to a reporter about an unnamed individual having her. Then, in a second televised interview, Megan made a startling accusation, stating she had informed the authorities where to find Evelyn at a campground in a silver camper in Mendota, claiming her mother had taken her there. She threatened to search herself if they didn't act, asserting that the TBI wasn't taking her seriously because she hadn't fully disclosed the silver camper detail due to alleged threats from her mother. Megan then described her last encounter with Evelyn as going out to eat shortly before Christmas, after which her mother picked her up, detailing Evelyn's clothing. She portrayed her mother as vindictive and manipulative, claiming she had threatened her. Megan insisted her mother or the person in the silver camper in Mendota had Evelyn the entire time. Megan Boswell reported her daughter Evelyn missing, but her credibility was questioned due to deceptive statements and a false pregnancy claim. Her former boyfriend, Hunter Wood, was not implicated and cooperated with investigators. After Megan's arrest for false reporting, Evelyn's remains were found at Tommy Boswell's property. The cause of death was asphyxiation, ruled as a homicide. Megan was charged with felony murder and pleaded not guilty. During the trial, prosecutors highlighted Megan's manipulative behavior and contradictory statements. The jury found her guilty on all charges and recommended life in prison with the possibility of parole after 51 years. The case brought justice but left lasting pain in the community.